Guys, 2025 has been an exciting year for a lot of different new handgun options. We're going to take a look at the top 10 that I've reviewed. There are some others out there that may be your favorites, but these, out of all the guns that I've reviewed this year, these are my picks. And really, spoiler alert, I'm going to start out with honestly the number one, and this is the Bodyguard 2.0 by Smith & Wesson. This is such an easy gun to carry, and it'll surprise you at how many really big YouTube gun channels the guys carry these because they're just so easy. So we're going to look at 9 other options, and we're going to look at a few of the features. And guys, I'm telling you, 2025 was incredible, and I'm really looking forward to 2026. And I want to give a big thank you to all the different companies that have worked with us this year. And Smith & Wesson, again, this little Bodyguard 2.0 has been phenomenal. And we really appreciate those guys for letting us keep this one so I can carry it on an everyday basis. Well, guys, we're not going to start with any particular order. It's just going to be different ones. But since I've already shown the Bodyguard 2.0, I mean, Smith & Wesson knocked this out of the ballpark. For a 380 ACP, have 10 rounds, 12 rounds. Of course, the gun's empty. But what's really big about this design is how high it comes up. The beaver tail comes up and it makes a super low bore axis. But also what that does, it gives you an extended grip, and it doesn't really add anything to the micro size. This gives you a full solid grip. You add the 12 round magazine and it even comes down more. Very well textured, beaver tail's really nice, and this just allows for a very flat shooting handgun, which typically these small ones can be a little snappy. Texturing on the front, it actually comes up over the slide, and we have a night vision front sight, and then we have a blacked out serrated rear sight. So it has some decent sights to it, and if you want to, you can change those out. And those are things that a lot of times you don't see on these very micro handguns. Also, we have memory pads, which are very well textured on either side. So then we have a flat face trigger. So this trigger, it comes out to a trigger stop. So when you hit it, I mean, it's not a bad little trigger for a very small pistol. And we have our magazine release, which drops them out, and that can be switched to the other side. But slide stop's very minimal, but the serrations, again, guys, they're so easy to grab for such a small little handgun. And because this slide is so thin, those slide serrations are important to be very grippy. Taking it out to the range, guys, it just shoots like a dream. And one of the things that I've found is a lot of guys that have really big YouTube gun channels, they are starting to carry this at least as a backup or for light carry. And guys, I'm one of them. I've been carrying this. It's so easy to carry. Now, I do carry the Performance Center model that it does have a comp on it, but it's about the same size. Smith & Wesson really knocked it out of the ballpark. With the first Bodyguard, I was not a fan. And it was a double action internal hammer, and it was just, to me, not all that great. But with the new 2.0, this really takes it to a different level, and it makes it so easy to conceal. And honestly, guys, half the time I don't even know I'm carrying it. It is in 380, so if you want to bump it up, there are plenty of choices. But if you want something really small, or if your significant other has very little shooting experience, this is not intimidating when you take it out to the range. So the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0, honestly, for me, this is number one on the list as far as a very concealable, easy to carry handgun. Now, number 2 on the list is the HK-CC9, and I have been anticipating HK to deliver some kind of compact semi-automatic pistol. It is in 9mm, and you have a 10 round or a 12 round magazine. Of course, we check the chamber. These have been extensively tested, field tested with all kind of different environments, freezing, dropping, putting it in mud. I mean, they have put this through a myriad of tests, and this was actually designed specifically for the US market. Now, it has ambi controls, and that means it's got ambi on the mag release. It's got ambi on the slide release. And of course, your takedown lever's standard. It does have 2 Picatinny rails, and the serrations are nice. And you can really grip hold of those serrations. You also have a loaded chamber indicator, and it is optics ready. The sights, we have a nice tritium sight with a green outline and then the serrated rear sight. So it has a great sight picture actually for a very small little handgun with HK quality. Now we have our panels here, and we have a little bit of a finger groove, but we have a deep undercut. And right here it's pretty smooth, but as you bring your thumb up and get a hold of it, it gives you a good firm grip. We do have more of a flat face style trigger. It does have a touch of a curve to it, but as you bring it back, pull the trigger, it's not super crisp, but it's not bad for a very small 9mm polymer striker fire pistol. Taking this out to the range, it's just an HK. And the way it's designed, it shoots very well. I mean, it doesn't give you a lot of excessive recoil, even for a small gun. And one of the big things about this handgun, again, is that you can depend on it. I mean, the quality is over the top, and the testing has been over the top. One of the things about concealed carry, guys, is when you have something in your pocket that's capable, you want to make sure that that thing is reliable, because you are depending your life on it. And that's one of the big things that the HK CC9 brings to the table. It is just a very dependable, small, very compact 9mm pistol. In fact, HK really tried to design a gun that was very small and carryable, but yet very shootable. So the HK CC9, excellent handgun. So guys, going into a different direction, the Kimber 2K11 Pro. This is a 2011 style double stack 1911. It holds 19+1. Now this is their more compact size, or more officer's length. They did come out with their standard 2K11 last year, but this is more concealable, more compact, and yet it gives you a full 19 round magazine capacity. And these are using the Checkmate mags. Then of course the gun is empty. But one thing you'll notice is how easy this slide just glides back. I mean, it is so easy to bring back. It's one of the things that's really been impressive about any of the double stack 1911s or 2011s is that the slide to frame fit is so nice and it's so thin. One thing they've also added is an external extractor. And this is just more reliable than the traditional extractor that fit through the slide. And so that gives you a lot more reliability. Also, we have fluted chambers on the barrel, and we have a nice bull barrel that locks up. One big plus too for this handgun is it has a toolless full-length guide rod, and it's ingenious. And if you want to see the full review, check it out. But you can actually take this guide rod out, and it takes away a lot of the trouble of unscrewing it and putting it back together, and it's just an ingenious system. They've also improved the geometry inside the mag well to make the mags just fit better and more tight, and to give you better reliability. The grip shell itself is aluminum. And man, the texturing is just over the top, all the way around the front strap and the back strap. Nice high ride beaver tail, ambidextrous safeties or frame safeties, commander hammer, and a full length Picatinny rail. Now the trigger is skeletonized, very little take up, really nice clean break. Reset really fast. Now this is the Minotaur. They do have a number of different models if this is a little bit over the top with the bling. But guys, I'm gonna tell you, this is an absolutely beautiful handgun, but they do again offer other models. Now it has a stainless steel slide and stainless steel frame, but again, the aluminum here sets it apart from a lot of the polymer grip shells that are out there and available. Gives you a little more solid feel in your hand. The texturing really allows you to hold on to the gun. This is in 9mm, so it gives it a soft feel already, and that really smooth slide. It translates your shooting at the range. It just makes it very smooth, very shootable. And then you've got your 1911 with a 19+1 mag capacity. With the Checkmate mags, you can find those pretty easily. And I'll tell you guys, I've been super impressed with the 2K11s, but then with the Pro model and with the unusual slide serrations that really allow this to be pulled back very simple. And you can see they come up over the slide. It is a flat top, and it is optics ready. So the 2K11 Pro is just an excellent handgun, and I've been really impressed with what Kimber has put out with their double stack 1911s. Number 4 is the CZ Shadow 2 Carry. Now, they had the compact, which was pretty much the same size, same dimensions, but with the carry model, this has a firing pin block. With the compact, it did not, and that is one huge advantage. Now, why did I bring this up if that was the only difference? These are just incredibly shooting handguns. One of the things about CZ is the slide rails actually fit inside the frame. And so this gives you a very smooth glide on the handgun. We're going to drop our 15+1 magazine, takes your standard CZ75 mags. We're going to check the chamber, it's empty. But the texturing on the slide is extremely well done. And with that shorter slide, it really needs to be fairly aggressive, but still very easy to bring back. Lines on the top, and then we have optics ready. We have illuminated sights here at the back, and then here at the front. And again, these can be changed out for any of your CZ compatible CZ75 sights. 3-slot Picatinny rail, double single action pistol. Now on the single action, extremely nice trigger pull. Double action is going to be heavier, but it's super smooth. And then with the hammer in the rear position, we can use the decocker and we can bring it, we can carry one in the chamber, full mag, and then we're ready to fire if we need to at a moment's notice. And then we have the aluminum grips that are very nice, plus aluminum frame, so it makes it fairly lightweight to carry, even for this size handgun. The texturing, very well done, which the CZ75 has been around since 1975, and it is one of the classics, but the Shadow series has really taken a gun that is built for competition, yet made for self-defense. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you haven't ever experienced the CZ Shadow series, but the CZ Shadow 2 with the carry, this makes an incredible gun to take to the range. It shoots so flat, the sights bring up really fast, the natural grip, it just fits in your hand. And with that little beaver tail coming out, it's really a very shootable handgun. Whether you're shooting it in the first double action or the single action, there's something about the CZ75 that has been extremely popular. When you take it up to the Shadow 2, it just puts it in another class. So the CZ Shadow 2 carry, what an excellent handgun. Next is the Canik Mete MC9 Prime. And this is the top of the heap for the MC9 series, which has been extremely popular. Very thin, very easy to carry, and we still have 17+1 in the magazine for a very thin handgun. And you get 2 additional magazines. The Prime is ported and it's very effective. And slide ported and barrel. Serrations, extremely well done, very aggressive and easy to grab. The designs even on the barrel chamber. And we have the Prime right here through the slide cut. Optics ready. We have excellent night vision sights, and then we have the dark night vision at the back with serrations. Texturing all around the grip is just exceptional. I mean, it is very aggressive, and it does come up and it gives you a nice firm grip to it. Then we have the flat face trigger, and here we come down to a wall. Guys, Canik to me, if not the best, it's one of the best triggers for a polymer striker fire pistol. Reset is really fast. Nice undercut under the trigger guard and double undercut, so it keeps that natural point of aim, and we have a 3-slot Picatinny rail. Also, we have a flared magwell at the bottom. Canik has really done extremely well over the years, and for the money, I mean, the quality is up there and really can match about anything out there. But with the ported barrel, it makes it shoot really flat. With the texturing, it gives you a good solid firm grip. Even with the magwell at the bottom, it does rest and give you a little more leverage. But overall, the MC9 series again has been excellent, but with the Prime, I mean, it is at the top of the heap. And guys, this is an excellent gun for concealed carry.
Guys, whenever you add a new optic to your firearm, you need to sight it in. And you can walk it in, you can bore sight it through the bore. But the easiest way we found is the Sight Right 2.0 by Tactical Elites. It's a green laser bore sighter. Put a collet on it that'll fit the caliber, then we slide it into the end of the barrel, and then we turn on the green laser. Check out Tactical Elites for the Sight Right 2.0, an excellent addition to your range time, and it'll save you time and money.
Now taking it down to another level, we have the new Beretta 20X, and this is an upgrade over the Beretta Model 21, which has been one of my favorite handguns for years. It's in 22 long rifle magazine, and we have a little base extension, and that just gives you a little more grip to it. But also we have the grips, which have a little bit of a palm swell. And we're going to check the chamber, which is still a tip-up barrel. Now, I like the push button rather than the slide, and this just allows this to be more positive. You can load around here without racking the slide, fill up your loaded magazine, and it makes it really easy for those with limited hand strength. We have a frame safety right here, and it works with the hammer down or the hammer up. The texturing on the grip is exceptional. And while 22 long rifle is fairly soft with recoil, this makes it really feel tight in your hand, and plus if there's any kind of weather conditions or any kind of liquids or anything, you're going to be able to really hold on to this. It's the flat face style trigger, and with that double action, it's really smooth, but it's somewhat heavy. With single action, it's a really nice break. The sights have been added dovetailed with the rear sight, which is serrated, and then we have a white post at the front, and these can be changed out, and that's one of the things that the original Model 21, you had to go with the gutter sights that you had. But that tip-up barrel design has been popular for a long time, and it also makes it really easy to disassemble and to maintain. A small little 22 pistol, but man, the Model 21 has been one of my standbys for a long time. And this just gives it a huge upgrade. And for those who have little shooting experience, this is a great gun to take out to the range. It's a lot of fun to shoot, low recoil, low report, and yet it gives you a good solid grip where you don't feel like it's going to come out of your hand. So great to see Beretta stepping up their Tomcat series with the 30X, and now with their 22 series, the 20X. Next comes the Springfield Armory Echelon, and this is the 4.0 compact. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, I had the first full frame Echelon. Shot it, loved it. I love the deep serrations, but there's something about the form factor and the size of the Echelon compact that just makes this feel natural in your hand. So first we have our 15 round magazines, and of course it does come with a 17 round magazine as well. Check the chamber, gun's unloaded, but the big thing is how smooth, even for a polymer standard striker fire pistol, a very smooth grip. Now you'll notice that we have relief cuts into the slide, so they don't come out. And that just allows for the slide to be a little bit lighter weight, but it also gives you a trench to be able to grab this, and they are extremely effective serrations, and even here on the back, very deep serrations. This is optics ready. The sights are the U-notch at the back, and then we have a tritium with a green outline at the front, and as you can see, they are 1/3 co-witness. But the grip texturing is soft to the touch, but when you give it a firm grip, it locks into your hand. We also have a recoil management shelf right here, or memory pad, whatever hand you're using. The takedown lever also has that texturing on it, and your slide stop is very minimal. And we have these notches at the back that allow for easy racking of the slide. So I love that. It gives it a lot more leverage, and we have a 3-slot Picatinny rail. Undercut here at the bottom, beveled magwell. I'm telling you guys, there's something about this handgun in particular, when you put it in your hand, it just was very impressive. And this does replace the standard Springfield Armory XD and XDM line, and I think it is a huge upgrade. Flat face trigger, comes to a wall, and then a nice little break. Reset right there, very quick. I mean, to me, because of the way the grip fits, because of the way the slides cut, this is an excellent handgun at the range. It just shoots extremely well. It's a very natural pointing handgun. And there's something about the grip angle, something about that texturing, and while the slide is very aggressive, it's not too weighty. This makes an excellent concealed carry option. So I've been very impressed with the Springfield Armory Echelon, but with the 4.0 compact, guys, this is just an excellent handgun. Next is the Smith & Wesson Shield X. Now, Smith & Wesson, when they came out with their Shield, extremely popular, but it was a single stack 7-8 round magazine. Then they went up to the Shield Plus, which was a 10-round magazine with very little increase in size. With the Shield X, we have a 13-round magazine, and it comes with a 15-round magazine, and yet it is super thin. Guns unloaded. We have really nice texturing here, and it actually comes up over the slide, so it gives you a lot of real estate to be able to grab those serrations. Here at the back, the same thing. Serrated rear sight, and we have a tritium bead with a green outline. These sights show up extremely well. And the texturing, extremely well done by Smith & Wesson, which is typically fairly aggressive. And yet, it's not too aggressive to where it fits next to your skin. And the beaver tail comes up at the grip, which is new for the design. And to me, this is one of the biggest parts of this handgun, because it allows you to get it right up there. And when you're shooting it, it just allows for more leverage as the slide's coming back. And then we have our optics plate, so it's optics ready. 2-slot Picatinny rail, and yet the trigger has more of a flat face style trigger, so it comes to a wall. Really nice break. Reset right there. Guys, it's super thin, and yet it has a lot of capacity. With 13 or 15 rounds, it gives you a full length for those guys that have bigger hands, or you just want more capacity. It shoots like a full-size handgun, but yet very concealable. And then, of course, with the sights and with the optics ready, it gives you a lot of options for a small, thin, concealed carry option that's easy to control. Felt recoil is very nice, and it just gives you a great option with a higher capacity round count. And it's one of the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield series, and this is the top of the heap. Now next we have the Kimber CDS9, and this is the classic. This has a polymer frame or a glass-filled nylon frame. It's really smooth. You can change out the grips if you want. There's a number of different options. They did come out with the original CDS9 that had the aluminum frame, and this is a little bit more reasonable in price. Now this one has the 10-round magazine, but it actually comes with a 13 and a 15 round magazine. If you want the 10, you order it from Kimber, which that's what I did, because I like just a very small option. But when you add the 13 or the 15 round mag, it gives you a full grip. Nice undercut, texturing here on the sides, back strap. The front strap is smooth, but it has a nice little groove here to be able to get your hand right up close. Front slide serrations, but we do have this cut, so it makes it really easy to pull in and out of holsters, and then we have the slide serrations here at the back. But it's a very smooth handgun. I mean, this is a micro 1911. It is single double action. It has ambidextrous frame safeties, and you can carry this cocked and locked, and it gives you 10+1, 13+1, or 15+1 with a very small 1911 feel to it. Trigger is really nice, especially for a small little 9mm pistol. One thing too is the slide rails have been inverted, and this is one thing that the engineers at Kimber did. It gives it more surface to the slide to frame, and it really allows for a very smooth operation. And this is something that I've never seen before. Nice beaver tail coming up. This makes an excellent choice, and it just shoots really well for a small handgun. A lot of that has to do with the slide rails. A lot of that has to do with the recoil system. This shoots a lot better than their original Kimber Micro 9 with the single stack magazine. And it gives you more grip, and it allows you to get those sights on. And guys, this is just an excellent gun for concealed carry. And again, it's very shootable. So the Kimber CDS9, an excellent choice for concealed carry, especially if you like that 1911 style. This is almost like a Micro 2011. Now number 10, this is a little bit of a surprise to me. The Rost Martin RM1C. And this is their comp version. Guys, this is a new handgun from Rost Martin. They're based out of Dallas, Texas. And the gun is empty. We have 15+1 and chamber's empty. Serrations, very well done. Easy to grip. The texturing is not super aggressive, but again, once you grip hold and hold on, it really stays in your hand. Then we have these memory pads here at the front, whether it's for memory to put your finger or as a little bit of a gas pedal to keep the recoil down. Nice serrations over the top. It is optics ready. It has a blacked out rear serrated sight, and then we have a white dot at the front. It is ported, both the slide and the barrel, and guys, this shoots extremely well. Yet the trigger is one thing that I love. You just bring it back, and it has a really crisp break to it. Reset right here. Guys, this one surprised me, and when I first saw the Ross Martin, I was semi-impressed. Once I got a hold of one, these are compatible with the CZ P10 series, and that gives you a ready abundance of extra magazines if you're looking for them. As far as sights, it takes the XDM sights. So again, a lot of options out there for a brand new handgun. And a lot of the parts are the same as the Arex Delta, which the Arex Delta has been an excellent handgun in itself. And so parts compatibility are all throughout. So while this is a new design, it's almost like taking a number of different guns and just making the best out of those options. Guys, just taking it to the range, we were very impressed with the handgun. Again, the comp did make it shoot very flat, but overall, this is just an excellent shooting handgun. And the price doesn't break the bank. And plus, they have a number of different options, including compacts and bigger sizes, and I'm sure there's more to come. So the Ross Martin MC1C comp is just an excellent handgun. So guys, again, 2025 has been a banner year. I mean, they are putting out so many different firearms, and we have so many different choices. Now, if there's something that I missed that you really love that came out in 2025, leave it down in the description. Guys, I don't review every new gun that comes out. There's definitely some others, but this is my pick for the guns that I've reviewed. And I'll tell you guys, this little Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0, this thing is the bomb. But there were a lot of others that were really close. And again, a big thank you to all the companies that helped us to make 2025 a great year. Now we're looking for 2026. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. The one thing about gun companies in the modern era, what is that? Now these are compatible, okay. Now these are compatible with the CZ P10 mag, and these are compatible with the CZ P10 mag, okay. And these are compatible with the model, okay. And it comes to a stop, okay. It comes to a stop. And I'll tell you guys, this little, this is the 4.0 compact with, no, it doesn't have a comp. Okay, good. God bless America. America.